And this is where we get to seek some answers from Mombasa Governor Ali Hassan Joho, who now joins us from Mombasa. Good evening, Governor. Thank you for making time for us here on KTN Prime. So the question on the minds of several Kenyans out there is, how did we in the first place get private individuals holding title deeds to riparian land? Could you just paint the picture for us? How did all this begin?
There is the important question, Linda, is that, first of all, let me say that this happened probably about 25 years ago, or maybe 30 years ago. And when we got in as governor in 2013, 2 years later, we had an application of someone wanting to develop and do part of reclamation, which we rejected. Unfortunately, this person went to court and got a court order, which we have successfully challenged at the appeal court. But my point is that there is absolutely no way someone would get an allocation of land that goes deep into the sea. And I'm glad that we were able to raise this with the President Uhuru Kenyatta, who has now directed, because we had put in a request that this land, first of all, Mombasa risks losing the island status, because the channel that is between Makupa and the port is a small one, and 50% of it is already reclaimed. So if that is allowed to continue, then Mombasa ceases being an island. And therefore, I am glad that President Uhuru Kenyatta has acted really fast to ensure that everybody with a title deed that is illegally acquired should be revoked, and the land be brought back to public use. And that land that has already been reclaimed to be put back to normal. Back to the sea. So we have a lot of questions as to why, first of all, you will get an allocation. We know the procedures of allocation. You have to come and do survey, and that I'm sure did not take place at the point where land was being allocated. So our position as a county is that it must be revoked, and of course the land that is remaining as a dump site, which we are decommissioning now, to be put to public use.
Two questions, Governor. One, the other rising issue is Kenyans want to know to whom was this land allocated? And then two, so you have 8 acres of riparian land in the hands of private individuals. But then apart from that, I understand there's 500 square meters of Indian Ocean land as well. Is this one and the same thing, or are they different?
By the way, you will be surprised. Right now, what has come to light is 2 companies. But I can tell you there are over 10 companies that have land allocated to them within the Kibarani area. And my issue is very simple: is that this was illegally done. It should not have been done in the first place, and therefore, immaterial of who you are, your status, whether you're in politics, whether you're a business person, you cannot be allocated land in Kibarani, not only the dump site or the garbage land, but also the sea. How do you get an allocation of the sea? I just don't understand how someone has the audacity to even want to defend an allocation of the sea. And this is a problem that we also must address within the Kibarani area and beyond, because there's we have issues of fishing landing sites that have also bbeen allocated. And as a county, we have a position very clear: we will not allow any further reclamation of the sea. If there's any development that needs to be undertaken, then it must be on land that qualifies for that development. But otherwise, I just don't understand how someone gets an allocation of the sea and goes ahead to do what? For reclamation. And even some have the audacity to go to court. We invited the judiciary to come and have a look before they make pronouncements on matters such as this one. They need to come and have a look at what has been done. So we will be working very closely with the national government, and I'm glad we have had this engagement with the national government, and we're moving forward to ensure that everything, totally everything, is revoked, and the remaining land be put to public use. We want to create a park for the people, so that we transform Kibarani from a dump site into a park that is going to be used by the public.
Governor, so you want to move this dump site to Mwakirunge, and so the question that comes to mind as well is, why has it taken this long to move Kibarani? And two, Mwakirunge has also been said to be on a flight path. What options then do you have?
Well, by the way, Linda, we're looking at several options, but let me tell you, this dump site was founded over 50 years ago. And unfortunately, Kibarani has been in existence from what? Pre-independence. So it's not us that founded Kibarani. But I can tell you, many leaders have been here. But nobody even attempted to have a conversation on decommissioning. We have started it, and I can tell you we will complete it. We're looking at options. Mwakirunge may not necessarily be the only option. We are working with the CS Tobacco under the NEMA team to look at the possible options. We have quarries that we possibly want to use for creation of new dump sites. We are looking at long-term, where we would now move to recycling or waste to energy. So we'll see a landfill that can probably be used. But the conversation now is rehabilitation of quarries using taka-taka.
Governor, finally, before I let you go, you met the president today. So apart from talking about Kibarani, what other conversation did you have with the president? Of course, past handshake.
Well, handshake was, like I said, handshake is magical for all of us. So I am looking at this opportunity that has arisen to be able to work very closely with national government. And I am looking forward to this synergy that has been lacking for almost 4 years now. And clearly, our coming together post-handshake has transformed on how we do business as two levels of government. The Article 6 of the Constitution clearly states that we are distinct but interdependent. So intergovernmental arrangement or discussions is of absolute importance. Today we had our inaugural bilateral between two levels of government, and that's what it is. So we will continue to talk to national government. The other matters, of course, will come when the opportune moment. Right. But now the focus is on how do we develop and better the lives of the people.
Great. Ali Hassan Joho, Mombasa Governor, thank you so much for speaking to us on KTN Prime and just trying to help Kenyans understand how did we end up where we are with respect to Kibarani, where private individuals have title deeds to riparian land.